Literature is life. Writing and reading come by practice. It means that the literary giants and authors whose works are being reviewed today have rigorously done their reading and worked on their writing skills from the scratch. These authors are reference points for would-be writers, especially at all levels. Bearing this in mind, the management and staff of Doveland High School put together a literary day with the theme Reading the Past and Writing the Future. It was a day set aside to showcase some of her literary works and book reviews. The event kicked off with an opening speech by the school's academic supervisor, Mrs. Ahere Iyamu.
The future. You might be wondering why this thing. We have always believed here in Doveland High that you can train or educate children without making them realize where they are coming from, their culture. So I need to know where I'm coming from to know where I'm going to. So for us this year, this day is very significant. This program today will also afford us the opportunity to showcase to you what our students, young children whom we've kept in our care, have been doing all through the sessions in core curricular activities like dance, music, drama, and the likes. I'm confident that after today's event, the trust you have placed in us will have increased beyond measure. I am confident that after today's event, after the showcase of our various presentations, that our guests here present will attest also to the fact which our parents already know, that the quality of education we provide here is indeed a total package aimed at not just educating, but making our students, your children, global citizens of their world and our world for today and of course the future. I would like to plead that you take your time with us today, enjoy every presentation, because I know that you'll be pleased with what we have on offer. Thank you so much for taking time out to spend with us today. We appreciate it. We are indeed grateful. Thank you for making Doveland High School your choice.
Also, the school's drama club showcased a drama sketch which depicts unity in diversity in Nigeria.
Well, my children, I want orange for all of you. Stop!
I'm the most educated. Someone else than all of you. I just have already.
NTAk. Are we eating money? I'm the most productive. Without me, I don't do anything. I will take all my business. Let's see how you survive.
Hey! I call you people. Reach out to me and my good luck and my blessings. None of you will be alive today. I will take away all my family, all my food, no food for you. Let's see how we survive. What do you like a young man? Without me, none of you can exist. I supply a means of survival. I'll drop all my food. Let's see how we survive. Ah!
was quite thrilling when a parent reviewed a Shakespearean book, Romeo and Juliet.
The book, Romeo and Juliet, basically tells us about a tragedy that happened in an aristocratic setting between two families, the Montagues and the Capulets. And so we have Romeo a Montague and we have Juliet a Capulet. But before then, Romeo was actually interested in marrying someone else before he met Juliet. But because of the family feuds that have gone on for ages, without anyone really even knowing what the issue was, the root cause of the problem was. So when he went for an event that the Capulets were having, he met Juliet for the first time. And their eyes locked, and that was the beginning of the love story. But in the middle of all this, because the families were feuding, it was impossible for them to get married. And so they continued to see if they could get married against all odds. But it was rather unfortunate, it wasn't possible. They had to have a secret kind of engagement. In the middle of all of this, Juliet's cousin challenged him to a duel because he was upset that they were trying to get married. Well, Romeo didn't take up the challenge. His own cousin did. And they fought and the cousin died. That wasn't enough for the family to come together. At that instance, Romeo was banished to Verona because the Montague and the Capulets had insisted they would continue feuding. At some point, Juliet was asked to marry a distant cousin of hers, Paris. And at the time of the wedding, she consulted with Friar and the lady that was taking care of her, who was like a nanny, and they gave her a potion to drink. What that potion was supposed to do was to make her appear dead till the date after the wedding. In all of this, Friar sent a message to Romeo that it was just an act and that Juliet was not actually dead. But there was a delay in the message delivery because of a plague, and so he got it late. By the time he got it when he had actually died. What happened? When he got a message that Juliet was dead, he didn't get the counter message that it was actually an act. And so he came back, saw Juliet in the tomb, drank some poison and died. And when Juliet woke up, saw that Romeo was dead, took his dagger and killed herself and died. It was at that instant that the two families decided to reconcile and stop their feud. Now, the review now progresses based on what I'm intended to do here. How do we situate what happened in that era with what is currently happening in the country? Key things that came to my mind was the fact that we still have feuding ethnic groups in Nigeria. We still have a lot of rivalry in Nigeria. And in most instances, we don't know the root cause of the rivalry. Because this book says they have feuded for a long time to the point that they don't know the reason for the feud anymore. Is that still happening in our society? Yes. We have ethnic rivalry that shows that we don't even know what's going on. We just keep fighting because we see each other fighting. And so we maintain different positions and are unable to come to an agreement except something happens that is terrible. But do we have to wait for that? So that is on the side of the society. Let's take it back home. We have children in our homes. I'm privileged to have a son here. How do we relate with our children? Why would Juliet trust the friend and her nanny more than her parents? So if Juliet had probably confided in her parents,
that she didn't want to marry him, maybe there would have been a way of escape, there would have been a way out. How close are we to our children? Children, who are you also talking to? Who are you confiding in? How are you relating with your parents to the extent that they know every and anything about you? For me, I believe that the context is similar to what is going on within our society, our families, and government as a whole. And I believe that it is a book that is timeless and will continue to reflect the knowledge that we need to take from that era and apply it to solutions we have today.
Amongst other events for the day, the school's calisthenic display, poem proclamation in French, orchestra performance, poem declamation in English titled Ambassadors of Poverty by Abigail Oyelaron, and Doveland High School performance by the Glee Club.
Serpent marche dure sur la terre d'amour. J'ai lu le passé, c'est que nos enfants doivent lire. J'ai lu le passé, un article sur l'éducation, on dit, après 5 ans au plus, c'est l'histoire. Un œuvre de la culture, le maître de Jomo, mais moi, une Africaine de ce jour, je dois écrire avec ma soeur ce que nos enfants doivent lire.
As we bargain away our conscience in the open market under the weight of poverty to assuage our hunger and our master's will. Okay, is it just a coincidence that the problems we are facing in our so-called great country, Nigeria, has been outlined in a poem of 9 stanzas? What are we doing to stop this? Are we just sitting down, folding our heads and doing nothing? Have we asked ourselves which towards Nigeria. We've been told we youths are the leaders of tomorrow. Have we ask ourselves when this tomorrow will come, what are we doing to stop this corruption? It is said that if we cannot stop it, then we must join in. For how long are we going to continue to join in? A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a step. We can change all this by taking that step. A step where we make our choices. A step where we fight for our rights. A step where we start voicing out our opinions. You may say they may not listen. Yes, they may not listen. And the reason is because only a few of us are bold enough to let our voices be heard. But when we stand together in unity, trust me, they, the government, will be forced to listen to us. United we stand, divided we fall. I rest in my
The event ended with a vote of thanks by the proprietress of the school, Mrs. Tina Chukwu.
I want to thank you parents for being a support system. I want you for delivering enough. I want to thank you for also training your children to be who they are. I know it's not easy, especially in these days of too many demands in the training of our younger ones. So I want to enjoy you to enjoy this moment. The struggles will not continue forever. A time of rest will come.
Some of the attendees say
that I'm so proud to have my son here, and they keep surprising us every time, every day with programs like this, very innovative programs. The joy of every parent is to come to his or her child's school and see the child performing one beautifully well and doing very wonderful things. As you can see from the program, the kids here are very well trained, not just curricular-wise, but also in extracurricular activities.
The annual Literary Day for Doveland High School. This program is just to, refocus parents and students alike on, our literary works. Like a parent did a review of Romeo and Juliet, just to reiterate the issues that we have, refocus on the issues that we have in present-day Nigeria, and then tell us parents that we have to try to groom our children and refocus them.
We, the students of Doveland High School, have prepared, have gone through many trials and rigorous training to make this day a dream come true. I learned from today's program is, united we stand in Nigeria. The more we make progress, corruption must stop in Nigeria. And when we are unified, they, the government, will be forced to listen to us.
To actually make our students understand what had happened in the past and where we need to go in future as a country. You could see from the drama how it depicts tribalism and how we need to move away from that to actually solve some problems in future. So this is the reason we have come together, and then for the past 1 week we've been working on this theme, talking about reading the past and writing the future, and then understand that for Nigeria to become a better place, we all need to work hard and do something better.
Today's program, Doveland High School, we celebrated our annual Literary Day. Actually, it's our literary week. During the literary week, we explore everything about literature, about our literary society, which is enhancing reading, library life, writing. We saw a lot of children who wrote books, who wrote poems, but today was the climax where we bring them all together. And this year's theme is reading the past and writing the future, meaning we are coming from the past because there has been a past or past things that were done in the literary world, and then where do we go from here in the literary world? That's what the students showcase today. A tricky period is for them to remember they are still children, to do everything that we've taught them in the school. Stay safe. The world now is becoming very sick. Do not get glued on the television all the time. Remember, when you come back in September, you're still going to study. So why don't you study even while on holiday?
What is wonderful about great literature is that it transforms the man who reads it towards the condition of the man who wrote it.